on how to rebuild a p228 airsoft gun by Sig Sauer. Okay, now you're going to need everything. You're going to need the top, the parts, everything. Now, you should at least have everything. If you're missing like one screw, that's okay because you might not need it. But sometimes you might need it. So, to start off, we're going to take the left side of the gun. This is the left side. This is the right side. We're going to take the left side of the gun. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece right here. It should have at least 3 holes in it. And that's basically it. And there should be an indentation right in there. There should be one, and it should pop out because later we're going to have to use that for a spring. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this and put it right in here. There should be 3 holes, or there should be 3 little pop-ups where we can just easily slide it through them. You got to make sure you get it on all of them, and you can just slide it through. Here it is. Now, next thing you need this piece right here. It kind of looks like an L, and it has a little part right here. It should be like a little ramp, and then it'll go off to a ramp, and it'll make a flat surface. So, what you need to do is you'll need to take it, and there should be a piece like this. It's kind of like a U, but one side of the U is bigger than the other, and it pops up. And then there should be another side where it has a little tiny hole in it. So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to place it right on here. Just place this piece right there. Make sure the U is on the left side of the gun, and the circle is on the right side of the gun. And then you'll take this piece, and you'll put it right here. You're going to make sure the long way is on this, and then this little tiny piece right here is going to go into this hole. So, just like this. So now it should be like this. If you move this, this thing should move. So now, a spring. Now, there should be 2 small springs like this. One spring is for this, and the biggest spring, the biggest small spring, goes right in here, and it fits right in there. It should just stay right in there. So, get the smaller spring, and take it out, and put it right in here. Where I said those 2 indentions are, take it right in there, put it right in there, and it should fit right in there. It's going to be kind of hard, but the only thing is you're going to make sure you don't take the little L out. Because if you do, then this will pop out. Everything will be messed up. So, I mean, it's going to take a little while because the spring might go through it. I mean, it's just hard. So, just going to take it, get right over here, take this. Right in there, put the spring right here, and voila, I got it. Now, that should be just like this. The string should be connected to this and this by that spring. The smallest spring, by the way. Make sure you know that. Smallest spring, not biggest. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this little trigger, the little piece that actually shoots the gun, and you're going to put it, there should be one piece that's long and one piece that's short. The long piece, there should be a little bump on there, and if there's not, then you're going to have to buy a brand new one, because it's not going to work if there's not one here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this, and you're going to put it inside that circle. And whenever you do that, you're going to be able to actually push this thing. So now, take the barrel. The barrel should have like 2 little holes in it. There should be like 2 places, or in the very middle, there should be something that pops up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, you're going to place it right inside of here. And you're just going to place it right in there. And the thing is that this trigger is going to be under the barrel. Under. So you're going to put this one in first, the trigger in first, and then you're going to put the barrel in first. Okay? So it's going to look just like that whenever you're finished. Now, remember whenever I said it was the big spring that we're not using for this? Okay, now you're going to take that big spring, and there should be a little hole in here where you can just fit this spring right inside of that hole. So it should be like this. There should be a little tiny thing that pops out, and you just put the thing in there, and that'll be done. Okay, now, there should be a little button that kind of looks like a button. It's kind of wavy. Now, what you're going to do with that side, not the spring side, but this side, where the button, this is going to be the button that unleashes the clip. Now, we're going to put this right in here. And you're going to make sure that this hole, or this indent that pops out, is going to be right in here, because there should be a little space where this piece can fit right through there. So it should be just like that. And then whenever you do it, you can see it where the thing pops out. And then what will happen is you just slide this thing in there, and it'll come out. Just like that. So now, just that. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the weight in there. The weight is very important. Very, very important. Because if you don't have a weight, this thing will be so light that you can just easily pick it up with one finger. And the weight actually makes it feel like a real gun. And some of them have one weight, some of them have two, depending on what type of gun you have. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take this weight, and you should at least have one of these. If you don't have one of these, then don't worry about it. But if you do, you should either have one or two. If you have one, that's good enough, because it'll make this weight not move around in here. What you do is just kind of pinch it like this, just kind of pinch it, and then there should be a little column right in here, where just pinch this, and just place it right in there. It should uncurl to a little bit. Now, it's where the weights come in. The weights are actually going to go on top of these. So, it's going to be just like that. Let me show you again. Take this, just put it right on top of there, put a little pressure on there, then kind of stay down there, you know? Okay, now what you're going to do, you're going to take the other side, and you're going to make sure that this spring lines up in the very back right here. Make sure it is in the very back, because it's really important. If it's not, this button will not work correctly. So you're going to have to make it fit all the way in the back, and then kind of, some people might fall out whenever you try to put it on here. What just happened when the trigger fell out? If the barrel falls out, the trigger's falling out. So just know that. So before you put everything together and the barrel's out, make sure you find the trigger, because the trigger is always going to be unbalanced with this whole process. Now, what you're going to do is just going to snap everything together. This one actually worked pretty good, because most of the time, whenever I always do these tutorials about stuff, this thing will mostly never, ever go in there clean. Like this, it's going to be hard to actually get it in there. The only way you can get it in there is if you actually lined up the very, very back. If it's not in the back, it's not going to work. So you're going to actually have to push everything together like this. And then this trigger right here, there should be a little hole right here. You're going to make sure they line up. If they don't line up, it'll end up just like this, and this trigger won't even be able to pull back right. Like that. It won't even be able to pull back right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to, if it does that, you're just going to have to untake the top off, or you're just going to have to try to make this thing actually fit